You know, every time I come out here and talk to you ignorant people about how that crappy owner, Franklin Dove, shows me no respect. Very soon, Franklin, me and you will be in this ring together. And you will show me respect. Tonight, it's not about that. I hear there's some guy, some masked guy, call himself Wildside, running around here. Now, I know it's not Steve Martin. I think everybody knows who it is. Personally, I don't care who it is, but once I take that mask off, I get $5,000. And trust me, Mike Posey could use $5,000, so bring him out here.
Cash vault is now open. Cash vault is now open. Cash vault is now open.
I realize, Mike, that not everybody lives in a mansion like Franklin Dove, who earned his money off the backs of fellas like you. But you know what? I got the money. So, hey, it ain't even about winning tonight. All you gotta do is rip that mask off and show everybody it's that old stinky redneck Billy Buck and get him out of here, okay? Can you do it?
I can do it.
All right, I know you can do it. Bring him out.
And introducing his opponent.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this contest is a $5,000 bounty match. Mike Posey says he's going to be the one to cash in. All he needs to do is take the mask of Wildside off.
Exactly, just as we heard from Charlie Cash. Charlie Cash doesn't care about him winning. He just wants the mask off of Wildside. As we all know, Charlie Cash and Cash Vault believe that Wildside is in fact Billy Buck, the disgraced superstar who lost the career match going for that championship against
Bobby Moore, the
television champion.
You had your page on the wrong one there.
It's hard to remember because he looks a lot like Billy Buck. And you know what? Granted, I think we should take his mask off to prove that he is not Billy Buck, because you know when you make an agreement as a man, you stand behind that agreement. And if you agree to give up your career, then you give up your career like a man. You don't put on a mask and hide behind that.
Mike Posey tried to leapfrog and wound up in an inverted atomic drop as he caught the knee of Wildside in a very uncomfortable place.
And you know, going back and looking at the tape of Wildside, I think that it's clear to see that that is Billy Buck. We've seen the super kick, we've seen the atomic drop, the inverted atomic drop, a la Billy Buck. You know, I'm looking at his characteristics and his ring movements. It strikingly resembles Billy Buck.
Dustin Knight.
Dustin Knight. You think that's Dustin Knight? Dustin Knight put on 100 pounds and is under that mask.
Okay, maybe it's JT Talent.
JT Talent, come on. I ruined that man's career.
Kyle Matthews.
Again, 100 pounds, Kyle Matthews, in what, we saw him 4 weeks ago? You're telling me that he put on 100 pounds in 4 weeks? I don't think so. I think it's clear to see that that's Billy Buck.
I think it's clear to see that Mike Posey just went over the top rope and out to the floor.
But again, we don't care about winning or losing the match. All he has to do is get a grip on that mask. That mask comes off no matter how beaten or bruised he is. He's $5,000 richer.
Into the ropes now. Whip off by Posey. Wildside ducks the clothesline, slides between the legs of Mike Posey. Posey doesn't know where he's at. Drop toe hold. And now he's taking Posey out for a ride.
Riding him like a Billy Buck. Again, Billy Buck's a cowboy. I'm just saying, I don't see why you can't see it. That's obviously Billy Buck. Charlie Cash is the master manipulator. He knows.
But Charlie Cash doesn't know who's beside him.
And Charlie Cash is taking a picture with Wildside. What is going on here? Charlie Cash almost jumped out of his shoes.
Well, he may have just turned those white pants brown.
almost jumped out of his beautiful white shoes there when Wildside was next to him for that picture. He assumed it was somebody else.
Well, Wildside was distracted by Charlie Cash. Mike Posey takes the advantage. Drop kick, and now he's going after the mask out on the arena floor.
And again, you see Mike Posey. His one goal is to go after the mask. That's all that he needs to do is go after that mask. That mask comes off, he wins that $5,000. And he's back to the mask.
Wildside.
There he goes. He's going to untie that mask. He's going to pull that mask off the chin, trying to get it off.
Back into the ring as Posey goes up and over, leg drop.
Oh. Guillotine across the bottom rope. And again, I'm with the Charlie Cash camp. I'm with Cash Vault. I truly believe that's Billy Buck. I truly believe that when that mask comes off, he's going to be seen for the fraud that he is. And again, as you talked about fines or fees, I'm more worried about the legal ramifications for Billy Buck. That man is not licensed to wrestle. He had given up his career. That man could see jail time for being in this ring. He is not currently a licensed wrestler. And you know that the Wrestling Commission does not take kindly to situations like this. We've seen it before in NWA history and in several other group history where a man that's not licensed to wrestle can be fined, can be imprisoned.
I think I just figured it out. The body shape, the height, it's John the Body Johnson.
First of all, it was John the Body Johnson. He would be winning this match a lot easier than this right now. John the Body Johnson is not only the greatest commentator, we've seen John the Body in the ring, and he's a fantastic wrestling specimen.
We've also seen him eliminated from a match. Split leg drop.
And again, needs to focus on that mask. We don't care about the win. We just want to get that mask off. And I think he's got that mask untied from the back, and he's trying to pull it off. And Wildside's doing everything he can to keep that mask on.
Look at the leg kick out or two.
And funny, as you know, years ago, Anarchy Wrestling was actually called Wildside Wrestling.
Is this true?
Funny enough, Billy Buck was around that time, and you wonder why that name was chosen. A blast from the past, so to speak. I think it's all of fitting that he chose that name. And again, the crowd firmly behind Wildside, but is that going to keep that mask on? I don't think so.
Neck breaker by Posey. 2 count, and I'd have to say kind of a slow count from the official here.
I agree, very slow count. But again, you see him going back to that mask. He doesn't care about the win. He wants to go for the mask. And the question is, if he were to win this match, but the match stays on, would he still get the $5,000?
No, he has to be unmasked. Wildside has to be unmasked for Posey to collect on the $5,000.
So again, you wonder why Posey in this situation is going for the pin here. He needs to get that mask off, unless he's going to devastate him with a maneuver, pin him to get the win, and then take the mask off.
Well, if he gets the victory, that's an additional money for the victory.
That's true.
On top of the $5,000 for unmasking.
I agree. And the question you have to wonder is, obviously we've seen, we know Cash Vault is in attendance as they were in that huge 8-man tag. And Wildside comes blast out of the corner, a la Billy Buck with those elbows. I mean, you can't tell me that does not look very similar to the offense by Billy Buck.
Well, it's a German suplex.
But we've seen Cash Vault here tonight. The question is, they're in the back. What if they come out and they pull that mask off? Does he still get the money?
No, Posey wouldn't get the money because he didn't unmask him.
Again, the master manipulator. If I was Charlie Cash, I would have CB Suave. I would have Tony Penarelli. I would have the champ sitting right there waiting. So that when they see the opportunity, who cares about who cares about the win or the disqualification? Get the mask off.
A kick out at 2 by Wildside as this match continues this week on Anarchy. Brett Wolverton here with former 3-time tag team champ, 2-time Young Lions champion, the one and only Andrew Pendelton III, calling the action in this $5,000 bounty match.
And the super kick again. How much of his? And there we see Bobby Moore going. There we go. Like I said, did I not say that?
The match as a result of a disqualification, Wildside.
And
you said it, Andrew Pendelton.
The master manipulator at work. Here comes Bobby Moore. He is loading up that elbow.
He's got it.
Wildside stands up. He takes the elbow. That mask is off.
Well, it was blocked. Mike Posey may have lost the match, but he still has the opportunity to collect the bounty.
Oh, the loaded elbow. That mask is coming off. You are about to see Billy Buck, folks. That is Billy Buck. He is out cold. He is barely moving, and that mask is going to come off.
I think they're going to let Charlie Cash do it himself.
I think you might be right. And what a fitting end to this match. Charlie Cash to pull the mask off and reveal Wildside as Billy Buck.
If I were Mike Posey, I'd be saying the heck with it. I'd try to do it myself. Well, here comes Steven the Fever Walters.
And a desperation move, obviously possibly orchestrated by Franklin Dove. Talk about the true master manipulator, trying to save Wildside to be shown to the world and exposed as Billy Buck.
Well, Walters may have saved the mask of Wildside. It also keeps $5,000 in the pocket of Charlie Cash.